Hey, it's NIcole Norwood here for a little more tea time. And today I want to talk about something that is fun and so important as a creative in this business, which is being inspired, being a nerd, being ready to geek out about what you do at a moment's notice. And I think that's the reason a lot of people get into the business. I hope most people get into the business just because they have an obsessive love for the medium that they're in, whether it's being able to talk about, the movies that meant so much to you, or the television shows that were seminal parts of your life growing up and you still think about today. Whatever that is, like, have that complete, unabashed joy and excitement about what it is you do. I will say for one of the bosses I had, the thing I loved most about him was he was a total TV nerd, and like he embraced it. Like he just loved the medium. He loved writers. He loved working on creative projects. In that inspired so much excitement in the people who worked with him because they knew he was there because he just loved what he did and he just wanted things to be great. And that's a really the best starting point you can have going into the process, right? Is doing it for the love of it. And I think it's easy in this business to get beaten down a little bit, to be overwhelmed by all of the little details and hard conversations and politics and uh, you know, time that the business requires, and it can really be wearing on you. Um, that's the honest truth. And I think to have those moments that remind you why you do all of it and why it's ultimately so worthwhile, I think that's so important. And for me, coming on the heels of, a pandemic, on the heels of the writer's strike, it was it was hard, you're a little bit isolated, you're kind of grinding away on things that really can't go anywhere given the circumstances. And I remember reading a book that we had gotten, during the strike. So many publishers were sending out books and early before they were, obviously even published, to studios and producers, hoping that they would option the work and ultimately make a show. And I read this book and I I think I laughed, I think I cried. I was so um inspired by the voice of the author, the creativity, um the tone, the message. It really spoke to me specifically, but it was just a reminder of the talent and creativity and connection that you get from entertainment, be that books, films, television, podcasts, um, you name it. That's so important, right? It's so important in our lives. It's so important, obviously, for the industry. But that excitement is what makes everything worthwhile. When you discover a new author or an exciting book, or you read a script from an emerging writer that just blows you away. That was another experience I had um, over the holidays. We were reading blacklist scripts, and you know, you just don't know when you're going to connect with something in that way. And sometimes you read a log line and you think, ugh, I don't know, it's another one of these, and will I like it? It's not really something that's interesting to me. But then you crack it open, and it is so much more than you expected or thought it would be, or, maybe it just reminds you, don't be so jaded. Don't just write things off because you think, it's not really my interest, because things can surprise you, and that's the fun of this business, the discovery, um and connecting with those people and getting to talk to them about their vision and their interests, and hopefully having the opportunity to work together someday. So be a nerd, geek out about the things you love, share that enthusiasm with your team, with other people, and always just like keep exploring, find those things that you love that remind you why you got in this business in the first place. It's really rewarding and a great reminder of what creativity and content and storytelling can do, how it can really affect people in a beautiful way. So geek out, my friends, and we'll talk to you next time.